Joey,
Yes, sir.
so I did a ball review for the Ebonite Aero a few months ago, right?
Yep,
Remember when I said I wasn't gonna like it?
I remember.
Okay, well I was wrong. I liked it. I liked it so much that I had to get its brother. And you and I have both thrown this ball now, and let's just say it's pretty damn impressive.
It's very impressive. Very impressive.
Oh boy. Yeah, so here's the deal, man. I really like this ball. I really like the Fugitive that we reviewed a couple months ago. I really like the Aero that we reviewed around the same time. Joey, Hardsock here, Ebonite staffer, told me to get this Aero Dynamix, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, do I really need another version of this ball?
Told you.
Yeah, Joey told me.
Told you.
Here's the thing, the Aero Dynamix is just a bit cleaner than the Aero. The Aero, yeah, like the Aero comes at 1,000 out of box. The Aero Dynamix just gets down lane, but it picks up if you leave it in the middle of the lane, and I think you're gonna see that in this review, that even when you do miss inside, the ball's still going to carry, it's still gonna make the corner, you miss outside. It's got enough sharp movement on the back end in order to get the 10 out. Very, very few flat 10s with this ball. Very few wrap 10s with this ball. This ball just keeps coming every time you put it down lane. And hopefully you're gonna see that in this review, whether it be myself throwing it or Joey throwing it. Alright, I think we've seen enough of the Aero Dynamix to know that this ball is pretty damn good, right?
Pretty good.
I'm in love with this thing. In order to give you guys more of an idea as a comparison to how this goes with the rest of the Ebonite line, Joey and I are going to throw two other balls. We're going to throw the Aero, which is obviously very similar to the Aero Dynamix, and we're going to throw the Omni Hybrid, which is a weaker ASIM with a bit weaker of a cover, to give you guys kind of an idea as to where the Dynamix is going to fit in the Ebonite line. And if you have either one of those two pieces already, you can get kind of an idea as to how the Aero Dynamix will compare to what you already have in your bag. So let's get a few shots of Joey and I throwing each of those balls, and you guys will be able to see the difference. Joey, we're done.
We're done.
Man, look, I'm in love with this ball. I really do love this ball. The last couple of shots there, again, we just wanted to give you kind of an idea as to how the Aero Dynamix is going to react according to those two balls. So I know for me, I put the same exact layout on my Dynamix as I did the original Aero, 55 by 5 by 35. It works exceptionally well for me, given my ball speed. the comparison between those two is just that the Aero reads a lot earlier. It's a lot smoother. Part of that's because of the surface, given that the Aero is 1,000 out of box. But the core is also, or excuse me, the cover is just stronger. And that kind of stronger cover allows it to be a bit more smooth and to be a bit more usable on heavier oil. And I know Joey experienced kind of the same thing. If you watched his Aero rolled exceptionally sooner than his Dynamics.
Yeah, my Aero, I have it actually similar to Ricky with a 55 by 4 by 35. And for me, I put the drill angle a little bigger for me, and it still rolls really soon. It hits the lane and it starts hooking, and it's very continuous. I can't throw it away from the pocket. There's no throwing it away from the pocket. But I tell you what, if you get it in oil and you keep it around the 1.3, it's going to strike. Well, for me, the Aero Dynamix is just more fun to throw.
That, and you didn't even put a super aggressive layout on that ball, right?
No.
You did the
No,
quote unquote
pin
puker
down,
layout.
The old Pinnell puker layout. It's 35 by 4.25 by 65, and I did it so I can play closer to the drives. We play on a lot of cliff houses.
Yes,
and
we do.
I also bowl. I bowl on late shifts, and it's been great for me. I have averaged right around 250 with that ball on the burn. So
That's stupid.
I have no complaints from it. No complaints at all. I think the ball's great. They did a really good job. Ebonite and Brunswick did a really, really good job of complementing both the Aero and the Dynamics and making sure that they set apart from each other.
And if you watch the Omni is obviously different from both of those. I know for me, it's the main difference was the smoother transition. On the Omni, I used a 70 by 4.5 by 40. 40 is a bit higher of a vertical axis line that I've used before. But it actually works really well for me. It allows me to stay a bit further right. And if you saw, I was actually standing kind of in the same area and still getting to the pocket, but the shape was a lot different with the Omni Hybrid as opposed to the Dynamics. What about you, Joey?
The Omni Hybrid for me is, it's similar to the Dynamics. It's not, if you get it in oil, it's not as strong. It'll skate a little more in the oil, but it's a great transition ball for me. It's one of my favorites out of the line right now. I also have that ball at a pin-up with a 25 VAL, so it's a little snappier down lane for me, and it allows me to really throw it away from the pocket and trust it that it's going to come back. Where the Dynamics, I can get it away from the pocket, but with the 65 VAL on it, it's definitely a little slower down lane. Even though the strength of the ball is actually stronger, it still hits like a truck, though.
Definitely. And I think for me, the Omni Hybrid's going to be a direct ball down from the Dynamics, which
Yes.
if you had told me 3 months ago that I would be using an ASIM as my ball down, I would have told you were crazy. But no, the Aero Dynamix is exceptional. It's out now through the Ebonite brand. If you want one, which obviously you do at this point if you've watched this video, bowlingworld.biz. We've got all sorts of bowling balls there for you, all sorts of brands. You can order them there. Come in to one of the Bowling World shops. We are at McCorvey's Bowling World, Lynn Haven, which is pretty big. It's one of the bigger shops here in the Bowling World brand. But thanks for watching this video again. We do appreciate it. Go watch our other videos as well on the Ebonite Aero, the Hammer Fugitive Solid. And there should be some more videos to come here in the future. But thanks for watching. And go to bowlingworld.biz for all your bowling needs.